I do have the Xavier Woods film study coming up here for you guys, scouting report and all kinds of stuff. Before we dive into the film itself, some overview here of Xavier Woods himself, and if he can be the impact stud at free safety the Cowboys have been searching for really since Darren Woodson left. Now, a 6th-round pick in 2017 out of Louisiana Tech, Woods split time at safety and cornerback last year. I have the snap count breakdown to you guys, courtesy of Pro Football Focus. 249 in the slot. Woods' top position last year was actually as a nickel corner, as a slot corner, oftentimes in the dime packages for the Cowboys. That's when he came out the most. At free safety, he played quite a bit as well. At linebacker, 35 total snaps was a big factor there as well. Linebacker, I didn't split up between safety and corner because I wasn't quite sure. I did move the edge rusher into the slot corner, though. Safety at 32, outside was just 8. But for the most part, he was a free safety or a slot corner. So I put emphasis here on the plays that we look at in just a second on the free safety spot because that's what he's going to play this year for the Cowboys. I tried to avoid some of those slot reps, which, of course, cut down the exact number quite a bit. So we'll start with Xavier Woods in his run stopping, and his tackling here. Of course, the blue circle there indicates Xavier Woods. Here's some work against the Falcons. This is not a great angle. This was a big issue I saw throughout the film study of Xavier Woods. There were times he just didn't take good angles. A little too shallow there, rounded it off. Now, he missed the tackle but did recover and managed to make it after that. Here, some red zone stuff. We'll show more of this again later on. This is a great play by Xavier Woods. This is a touchdown-saving tackle. Got the first down, but look where Woods is. He goes across the field, takes a good angle, gets to Hooper in time, blows up the play, at least in terms of stopping a touchdown there. Of course, the Falcons would later score on that drive. Now, Woods does make the play here, but there's a little motion I want to point out. Look kind of how he has this little jump stop, almost a pivot there. That's some wasted motion you see quite a bit and gets Woods into trouble. Here's what I thought was a particularly bad angle by Woods. He's got to come in and go towards the ball carrier. It doesn't matter if he's moving away from the ball. You cannot let Corey Clement go towards the end zone here. Now, Byron Jones is the main factor here, but Woods takes himself out of the play by trying to go wide and then cut inside. He should have gone down on a straight line and helped stop some of that forward progress. This was, I thought, one of Woods' best plays, just as an overall play. First off, covered his man well, and then leaves at the right time to stop a Carson Wentz scramble and stop a third down conversion attempt there. So that was a really good play, I thought, by Xavier Woods. Again, I think this is a nice tackle by Woods, but you kind of see that same wasted motion again, where he cuts inside and then cuts back out, and it kind of results in a slower time to get to the ball carrier, but a good play nonetheless by Xavier Woods. And again, this is kind of a common theme for me, some bad angles. He gets out to the 3.5 yard line, but makes the play at the 1.5. That was wasted motion from Woods, not going in a straight line, instead taking angles. This was a really bad angle by Xavier Woods here. We'll slow it down here for you. You see the hole he's got to fill. Go straight down the line, make the play. Instead, he fell for the jump cut and totally took himself out of position, and then LeGarrette Blount gets a few extra yards. This one was just awful for the entire Cowboys unit, and you can see where it went wrong there for Xavier Woods. He bit hard, went crashing down towards the line of scrimmage, and not really at all towards where Jay Ajayi was. A big mistake there. Woods out of position, got to go to the side there, not straight down, ends up being a big gain, although, of course, it wasn't just Xavier Woods' fault there. This, again, some Xavier Woods issues. Do not give up the outside. Anthony Brown was the main culprit there, but Xavier Woods has got to stay on the outside there. And then one more here for the Redskins game, which I thought was actually a pretty bad game overall. We'll get back to it later for Xavier Woods. This is just a missed tackle. Now, Woods had a lot of solid tackles this year. I show the missed ones. It's just a bad tackle. That happens to everyone. Football's tough, but not what you want to see. And then trigger warning, this is the Tyreek Hill play. So apologies for that one there. But Xavier Woods, not a surprise, he's a safety. Not the best shedder of blocks there. Ended up being a problem. One more positive note here. It's a really good tackle for Xavier Woods here. Knocks his man out of bounds. A good play there. And then another one here. This was, I thought, one of his better pure tackles against Travis Kelce. First off, a very rare missed Sean Lee tackle, but Xavier Woods is there to finish up the dirty work there and bring down Kelce. You can see Woods there at the bottom of your screen. Good angle, good wrap-up tackle, brought him down. A solid tackle there from Xavier Woods. He's a little bit undersized, and it does show at times, but he's a willing tackler. Take a guy like Byron Jones, for example, who doesn't like playing the run, and it shows at times too. Xavier Woods is much more willing to go lay the lumber and hit, which we'll show here again in just a second, one of those big plays against the Rams. But the big concern for me, the iffy angles, the over-pursuing, I think that might just come with some more reps for Woods, but that little jump start and that little sidestep there I don't like from Woods either. On to his coverage ability, and of course safety matters because he's a safety. Coverage matters there. What surprised me earlier in the year was just how often the Cowboys put Xavier Woods on Larry Fitzgerald. And he actually did a pretty good job there. That was some good man-to-man coverage. This was a good pass pickup on a slot blitz against Arizona. Woods was mostly a nickel corner in this game. Some strong safety looks as well. Again here against Fitzgerald. First off, that was blocking, not a route. That should have been a flag. But a good job coverage there for Xavier Woods. Same here, maybe a little bit deep in the zone, but he chases down, takes out Jermaine Gresham. A good play overall. And this play, I know you guys know, it's Xavier Woods' leaping interception. Some good coverage over there at the top. Good adjustment to the ball in midair. Nice diving interception. Those are the ball skills you want to see from Xavier Woods. The issue is we didn't see it a whole lot this year. This play was one of my favorite plays that Woods made. Comes crashing down towards the line, identifies where the ball is going quickly, finds Cooper Kupp, and blows the play. Now, it was a bad throw, to be fair, but that was really a nice coverage and tackle there by Xavier Woods, at least disruption by Xavier Woods. So more coverage here. Again, really good identification. Stops Todd Gurley short of the first down marker. Comes up towards the line of scrimmage, reads where the ball is going almost before Jared Goff does, and blows up the play. This one was not so good. This is kind of one of those trick formations there. Xavier Woods, he misses his man. He forgets about the tight end, and the only reason it's not a big game was because Eli Manning threw a terrible ball. Again, some more plays here from the Giants. Some good and some bad here. First, he finds the crosser, does a great job of that. So this is the good part, but then the turn up field comes, and it's not as good for Xavier Woods. A lot of hand fighting there, kind of slides down. Frankly, was lucky it wasn't a pass interference call. Again, some more Woods coverage here. This was okay because it ended up being a sack, but look at where Woods is relative to his man. If Cousins had managed to escape that, that's a huge play. Woods cannot leave his man to go watch the football and eye chase. This one against the Eagles here, and this was, I thought, maybe the best example of Woods' range. He gets over there in time, and maybe if Anthony Brown hadn't dropped the pick and had let it go through his hands, maybe Woods would have made a nice diving interception like he did against the Falcons. But I like that range that Woods showed on that play. So that's just some of his coverage ability there. I like a lot of what Woods did at free safety, even though I thought he played better at nickel corner overall. He shows solid but not Earl Thomas range. And as you'll see here in a second, he bites way too often on the play fake. But folks, today's show is brought to you by The Guild. Visit stayguild.com for 15% off your next stay, kind of like a luxury Airbnb. So check them out at stayguild.com. The big flaw that I found with Xavier Woods mainly came in the red zone. That's where I had the most concern. So we'll show you a couple plays here. This again against the Arizona Cardinals. Now this play got called back, but this is just Xavier Woods getting beat by a faster wide receiver. It was just a drag route. He couldn't run it as fast. Now, did come back for Holtz, didn't hurt, but that was not great from Xavier Woods. The good news is he showed some great against Arizona. This is against Larry Fitzgerald, reads the route perfectly, gets down, and breaks up the play. And then again, against Larry Fitzgerald, we'll slow it down a lot here for you, that is good coverage. Now, the ball didn't go to Woods on that play, but that was very efficient coverage for Xavier Woods. Shadowed his man well. You got Frazier helping him out there. That was good coverage. Now, some not-so-good stuff. Xavier Woods here, this was my biggest flaw. This was a good example of it, though. Here was we shattered his man well, didn't let them get behind him. Here, I was just confused because why you're tracking towards the inside, the numbers didn't make sense, but in the end, I played that more on the scheme. You can't go 4-on-3 on a screenplay. Didn't make any sense. But some of the issues you had, at least for Xavier Woods, he bit bad on this play fake. And it did end up impacting play because the pass was too high. But look how badly Xavier Woods bites on the play fake. He's done. He was cooked on that play, was out of position, almost cost the Cowboys pretty dearly. And then the other big issue, he let guys get behind him. Here's Xavier Woods. He kind of gets sucked out from the center of the red zone, and it ends up being a touchdown. We'll show it to you again. Woods cannot come towards the left side of the field. His man got behind him. He has to be back up more and play with the depth. Again, some play fakes here. He takes that 2 steps in, and he's cooked. Even against a slower tight end, Xavier Woods bit way too often on the play fake. I'll say it's partially some rawness there, and maybe Damian Wilson should have covered the tight end, but that was an issue. This play, I'm still upset about. This was all on Xavier Woods. We'll give you the quarterback view here. Xavier Woods should have been in perfect position, but look, he drifts to his right, and the screen's left, and it allows a beautiful passing lane for the quarterback, for Kirk Cousins. If Xavier Woods stays in the middle there, he might get a huge interception against Kirk Cousins. Instead, he drifted to the left, followed the quarterback's eyes too much, and got baited into a play. So the red zone was the big flaw that I saw with Xavier Woods in space, mostly in zone. It was either drifting too much to one side, it wasn't deep enough there. Now, it got a little bit better as the year went on, but that was the big red flag for me. The takeaway I mainly saw from Xavier, which I guess makes sense because he's a young kid, the upside is there, and there's plenty of room for growth, but he's still better reacting than he is anticipating. So there is some upside with Xavier Woods. I thought he should have been higher than just a 6th-round pick, but there's a reason why he fell. So there is some upside, some room to develop and have him grow. I don't think he's going to end up being an Earl Thomas type guy. I think he might be a good Kenny Vaccaro, at least the good version of Kenny Vaccaro. So I think he can be the future free safety for the Cowboys, even though I'd still rather have Earl Thomas. But I did like a lot of what I saw out of Xavier Woods. There's some upside. There's some room to develop him and have him be an impact player. And I think by the end of the year, he could very well be the best safety on the Cowboys roster.